My name is Lisa, and I'm 39 years old. I work as a researcher for a pharmaceutical company. My husband, Ryan, is the same age. We met in college and started dating back then, eventually getting married when we were 27. We don't have any children. Not having children has caused quite a strain on our relationship for a long time. For a while after getting married, we could live comfortably as a married couple, much like we did when we were dating. But things started to get complicated in our second year, when we turned 29. It all began with a letter from Ryan's parents, Helen and Robert.
Still no kids?
That's what Helen wrote in her letter. Kids are a blessing, so if it happens, right?
But it's about time we have one, don't you think?
Well, if Ryan wanted kids, I was okay with that. But after his parents mentioned it, he started insisting more and more that he wanted children. Helen and Robert didn't stop at letters, they discussed it in person every time we met. And that wasn't all. They started bringing various items that were supposed to help with pregnancy. It felt like they were grasping at straws, trying anything that might bring good luck. By our fourth year of marriage, when I turned 31, Ryan and his parents were getting really anxious, and their attempts to bring good luck intensified.
Enough already. I want to see my grandkids soon.
Their yearly letters were filled with angry words. And more items kept arriving. Because of this, Ryan even started saying things like,
Do you think some kind of bad luck spirit haunts your womb?
I was too dumbfounded by the nonsense. Don't be ridiculous. I get my period regularly.
In that case, isn't it just a waste? Just pain and the cost of dealing with it. It must be that bad luck spirit's doing.
Ryan was deadly serious. At this point, I had no choice but to start infertility treatment. It's said that many couples avoid infertility treatment because it can strain the relationship if one of them is found to be the cause. However, in our case, the relationship was already strained by all the superstitious rituals even before starting treatment. So, starting infertility treatment felt like an attempt to resolve that tension. After a while, the test results came back. It turned out that the cause couldn't be resolved by superstitious rituals, it was because of Ryan's infertility. But I had no intention of divorcing him over this. I just thought it would finally stop the superstitious rituals and accusations. However, after seeing the test results, Ryan calmly said,
But there are things in this world that science can't explain. Besides, it's always been said that infertility is the wife's fault.
"What?
So, it's still more than half your fault.
What?" I was too shocked to speak. Given Ryan's attitude, it was no surprise that his parents, Helen and Robert, clinging to their superstitions, ignored the test results and stuck to their beliefs. Of course, Helen and Robert agreed with Ryan.
It's an old belief that childlessness is the wife's fault. They say the egg chooses the best seed to accept, meaning it's the womb's decision. You need to listen to your womb.
That makes the tests pointless. What does listening to your womb even mean? My womb only speaks once a month with a bit of pain. Despite the significant expense and commitment to infertility treatment, the strained relationship between my husband and me remained unresolved.
You lack the passion for wanting a child. It's your fault you get your period every month.
Even after that, Ryan continued to unfairly blame me. Wait a minute. Passion for wanting a child? I want one too. Infertility treatment is proof of that. And how is it my fault that I get my period every month?
I'm telling you, if a woman doesn't want to get pregnant, her period won't stop. Why can't you understand that?
Ryan wouldn't back down.
If you really wish for it, you can overturn science. Our neighbor was given 3 years to live, but they lived for over 5 years. Don't you understand that while working for a pharmaceutical company?
I was furious at Ryan's words. I work at a pharmaceutical company to help cure people's headaches. Current medications have a high risk of harming the stomach, and I want to improve that. When such noble research is disregarded, it feels like an attack on my pride in my work and humanity. Yet, Ryan and his parents' nagging continued.
There's no point in living with a woman who doesn't want children. It's karma that you can't have kids.
If you're unlucky enough not to have children, you shouldn't have been allowed to marry.
We keep telling you to listen to your womb. When will you understand?
Because his parents were like that, Ryan's feelings for me continued to drift away in a negative spiral. Thus, Ryan began coming home late, and he started being away from home more often on weekends. Then one day, Ryan brought up a conversation.
I have something to tell you. After all, you are the reason for our infertility.
Though I thought it was too late, I had a vague idea of what was coming. His parents began blaming me for the failure of their superstitious rituals, and Ryan started looking at me as if I were a demon. And then, Ryan started talking, just as I had expected.
You don't have the drive to have a child, so I lost my feelings for you. As a result, I got close to a 25-year-old girl who joined my company as a temp. She must have stronger feelings for me than you because she's pregnant. So, I'm choosing the woman with stronger feelings for me. I'm going to be with her and respond to those feelings.
I couldn't respond for a while. Getting pregnant because of feelings? That's impossible. Well, congratulations, I guess. But making a child with the woman you cheated with is totally wrong in society's eyes. I'll be sure to get alimony, so prepare for that.
That prepare for that attitude just reeks of infertility. This wouldn't have happened if you had been as devoted as she is. Get out of my sight. I'm moving in with her so you can stay here and be lonely.
Ryan left the house. Be lonely? Fine by me. I'll enjoy being single. I had already lost all feelings for Ryan. After all, it was proven that he was the reason for our infertility. Blaming me for not having enough passion was ridiculous. I felt only relief thinking that the daily life of being falsely accused and looked down upon was finally ending.
I got a child with another woman.
Ryan was happily talking to his parents on the phone next to me. He was confidently speaking on speakerphone. Well, congratulations. It must be the difference in passion and the desire for a child. Helen, who had always blamed me for not having grandchildren, seemed overjoyed. Within a few days, Ryan packed his things and left triumphantly. The next day, I mailed Ryan's infertility test results to his parents' house as a final gift. A few years later, I was enjoying a leisurely Saturday morning. I had finished cleaning and was sipping coffee in my sparkling clean room. I had some delicious chocolate and used an aromatherapy humidifier, making it the perfect refreshment time. Then my phone rang. It was rare for my phone to ring since I didn't have many social contacts. Who could it be on such a relaxing afternoon? I checked the caller ID and saw it was Helen. What's going on? I nervously answered the call.
Help me, please.
A shrill voice shouted suddenly. There was nothing I could do to help, as I didn't understand the situation. Helen continued frantically as I stayed silent.
That child can't be Ryan's. The baby has blonde hair and blue eyes.
I was so shocked that I almost spat out my coffee. I had sent his parents a copy of the test results proving the child wasn't Ryan's, but to have such an obvious result was just too funny. There's nothing I can do to help. We're already divorced. I coldly brushed her off.
Don't be so cold. You were part of our family after all.
I should have ignored her, but I wanted to see Helen's confusion in person, so I decided to visit the next day. Besides, I had a few things I wanted to say. When I visited the house, his parents, Ryan, and his new wife were there. She wouldn't even look at me. Of course not. When we divorced, I took alimony from her as well. People called her Emily, so I vaguely remembered her name. As soon as I arrived, Helen, with flaring nostrils, was furious.
The child Emily had isn't even Ryan's. We supported her fully. We even prayed for a healthy baby.
But Emily wasn't backing down.
I didn't ask for your help.
Stop it, both of you. Anyway, it's clear the child isn't Ryan's.
Robert stepped in with a mysterious attempt to mediate. I found it hilarious that I, completely unrelated, was there. Why was I called here? It's obviously not my child either.
It's about the money, and you're the source of this mess.
Helen accused me loudly.
It's because you took the alimony.
Emily also turned her anger towards me. Then, she faced Ryan and started yelling at him.
Ryan lied about his salary, claiming he made twice as much as he did. I wouldn't have married him if I had known how little he made.
I don't want to raise a kid that's not mine. You're always obsessed with money.
This all happened because you took the alimony.
It seemed like the three of them shared the same opinion. I smirked at their complaints. If you think your problems are because of the alimony, then what caused you to have to pay that alimony in the first place? All three of them shrank back, clearly hitting where it hurt. Ryan, you lied about your income to impress a young woman. And you, Emily, were greedy enough to have another man's child and try to pass it off as his. No matter how you look at it, you're at fault. Everyone fell silent. I broke the silence with my words. So? Whose child is it? Since money ends your relationships, confess already. I prompted Emily. She muttered in a small voice.
Someone from the military.
Someone? Who? We were in Norfolk. There's a base camp and even festivals where the base is open to the public. It's easy to meet military personnel just by walking down the street. Still, not knowing who the father is.
So, it wasn't cheating. Lisa, my ex-wife, had bad luck that ruined relationships. But Emily, my new wife, attracts all kinds of bad luck. She's no good.
You were the one who got all excited about having a kid.
Helen and Emily started blaming each other for nonsense. I decided to put an end to this madness. Helen and Robert, you were all about those superstitious rituals, right? Ryan, you said passion and faith could overcome science, didn't you? I said, laughing. Why don't you pray for the blue eyes and blonde hair to turn into dark eyes and hair? Pray for the genes to change. Isn't faith all you need? At that moment, my phone rang. As planned, it was his call. Yes, come on in.
Who is that?
Ryan and his parents looked puzzled. Soon, footsteps approached, and the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, a tall man was standing there.
Lisa, I'm here to pick you up.
Thank you.
Are you okay? Sorry, I wasn't home yesterday because of the surgery.
Don't worry about it. I introduced the man to everyone. This is my new husband, Noah. He's from France.
Hello, everyone.
What?
Yes, I had remarried. My new partner is a doctor in the military whom I met through work. He's tall and has a good income. And above all, he's incredibly kind and always puts ladies first. The men here don't stand a chance against him. So, goodbye. You called me a jinx and said I should live alone, but I'm not alone anymore.
I will protect Lisa, Noah said with a smile after my sarcastic remark.
After my sarcastic remark, Noah smiled and said,
I've heard about everything from Lisa. It's okay to rely on superstitions to increase your chances a bit, but using them to put others down is wrong. Using superstitions to make others unhappy is not right. And using that as a basis to blame someone is even worse. It will eventually come back to haunt you.
Just then, Ryan, standing with his mouth open, brought up his old argument again.
Then why did our neighbor outlive their prognosis?
The prognosis is given conservatively so that the person can make the necessary arrangements without regret. Doctors never say that the person will definitely die within that time frame.
Noah explained to Ryan.
I won't let people who bring misfortune near Lisa again.
With that, Noah and I left the house together. After that, Ryan continued to email me for a while. He was struggling financially and asking for some help with the alimony. According to him, Emily eventually left, abandoning the child whose father remains unknown. She probably left Ryan, who had no money, and moved far away. Ryan was left to care for the child, living in despair with his parents. Serves him right. There's no way I'm going to help.
Lisa, I went out with friends today.
Noah, who had been out with friends, handed me a small package. Inside was a cute keychain.
It's supposed to be good luck, but more importantly, it's cute, right?
Yes, it is. Cute is the most important, and a bit of luck is just a bonus. Noah attached a green keychain to his bag, and I put a pink one on mine, and we laughed together.